He just gets too worked up, a little too excited, a little too amped, and he comes out a little shaky. I've got to see him calm down tomorrow. I don't like the road trip from Oakland to Louisiana. I think Oakland goes into New Orleans tomorrow with all the potential in the world to beat them, but potential is a pretty scary word. I can see the Raiders losing this game 23-20, 23-17. I can see him losing by a late score. Drew Brees is aging and fantasy-wise declining the last 6 years consistently, but he's still putting up monster numbers. Raiders secondary is a big question mark for me. David Amerson, you got to do it a second year in a row. Carl Joseph did not win that starting job in the secondary. I think it's going to be Nate Allen and Reggie Nelson. The Raiders secondary is in question. Look for guys like Brandon Cooks to have a little bit of fun tomorrow, and this could probably be a very, very high-scoring game.
I would say so. I think Derek Carr, as far as fantasy goes, Derek Carr and Amari Cooper are must plays.
Yeah, they're both starters all day.
Yeah, just the Saints can't stop. The Saints can't stop anybody.
No, they didn't last year. Brandon Coleman, Willie Snead, is the other receiver I'm thinking of. Drew Brees, Willie Snead, Mark Ingram, Amari Cooper, Derek Carr. Latavius Murray is still going to get his share of carries tomorrow too. Another receiver I love tomorrow is Michael Crabtree. If Cooper's going to draw heavy coverage, Crabtree catches everything thrown his way. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a 7-8 catch day tomorrow.
He's playing against the Saints. I wouldn't be surprised if I'd come on that the dome turf and catch 3 balls against that Saints defense.
Look, that's right.
It's pretty awful. Now I don't know. Their defense could be improved now that they sent Santa Claus out of town.
Yeah, it could be better without Rob Ryan. That tends to show improvement. Just it's addition by subtraction when the team fires his ass. But yeah, that's a disappointment for me tomorrow. I'm setting up for it.
Has Rob Ryan kind of toned down on the rhetoric that the only reason he doesn't been considered for a head coaching job is because of his long hair and his appearance?
Yeah, I don't think he has to answer that question too often anymore. I don't know why. I don't. Without his brother, he's not getting another job right now.
No, he's not. His brother's even pushing everybody's buttons. If he doesn't win this year in Buffalo, like we've talked about before, I wouldn't be surprised if you have a Bills organization that will get fed up with him quick because of all his mouth, all his antics and everything, especially if you're not winning.
Yeah, that's right.
You get fed up with him pretty fast.
And speaking of that game, I don't care. Buffalo, Baltimore, don't care.
Too close to call.
It's almost meaningless in my life, Buffalo, Baltimore. Baltimore's laying 3.5 at home. Let's see if Flacco's healthy, see how he holds up. I think Baltimore probably wins the game.
That's a game where you literally close your eyes and pick one. Like,
yeah.
Where's the logic to picking that game? Houston at home against Chicago, and the Bears are getting 6.
Houston, this game going away. Better defense.
I don't know.
Better talent.
They do have a much better defense, and yes, it should be that way. But like we talked about before, this first week action, you just don't know.
You don't, but that's a big number at 5.5, 6 if you're Houston. But if you're under 7, I'm not afraid to lay the 7 with Houston. That actually that's the one that keeps jumping out of me. That might be my 50-point play on Sunday Swim. Tomorrow you have to make a play. You have to wager at least 50 points every week until you run out of money. So I think that might be the play. And although in my heart of hearts I love taking 6 and 7-point underdogs, I may just lay it with Houston and see that Brock Osweiler does play well tomorrow and they beat Chicago by 10 points. You want an over score? I'll give you another overs game.
Okay.
How about Dallas and the New York Giants? There's another game where I don't know how much defense is going to get played.
I don't either, and that's another game that's just too close to call. Who knows? I mean, with that game, too many question marks. Dak Prescott getting his first start. There's interesting storylines to this game with Dak Prescott making his debut, his first start. I think that part of it is interesting, nonetheless. But this game is it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up if there ever was one. Too close to call.
It is. I do like that number, though. I like it at 46. I can see this game. I can see Zeke popping a couple. I really, really can. Could be his coming out party. I can see Eli chucking a couple. Maybe Victor Cruz is the Victor Cruz he was prior to injury. He's really like an intriguing player to me because this is a guy
for my fantasy money. I would love to see a blonde mop Odell Beckham snatch a couple long ones. That's
you're probably going to. Victor Cruz is the intriguing guy to me because a couple years ago he's a second-round pick. Victor Cruz is going early and often in every league. Then an injury, he's gone, but he's not old. He's not that far removed. Hopefully, if he comes back healthy, this Giants team, look, they've got him set up in the slot. He's a slot receiver. That's Sterling Shepard won the number 2 job. But in Ben McAdoo's offense, it looks like they're going to chuck it a lot. I wouldn't mind starting one of the 3 receivers for the Giants tomorrow, and Victor Cruz is going to be cheap. Could be a fun one to watch. That could be a 55-point total. Could be a big monster game tomorrow.
What do you think about the Sunday night game of Arizona-New England? I see now that Gronk isn't playing. Obviously, we know Tom Brady will not be in the building. So does that that's not even really fair. That just seems to me like an Arizona walkaway.
Gronk not playing. That sucks. I know he was drafted number 1 overall. Or excuse me, not number 1 overall, but number 1 in the first round for a lot of guys in a lot of leagues I was in. Somebody late first round grabbed Gronk as their number 1 pick. I certainly don't like a big guy like that starting off the season with a hamstring injury. Hamstrings linger. It can be a problem all year long. What if he's not healthy the whole year? I think this is the reason why they're shutting him down. No Brady. This is a tough game for them to win on the road anyway. I think that when this was at 5.5 a few days ago, you would take Arizona in the 5.5 all day and all night. Tom Brady's worth 5.5, 6 points alone. Gronk's worth another 3. Now I see this line has moved to 7. Arizona laying the 7 points. Too close to call just because of the hoodie. Arizona beats them. They beat them handily. This isn't that good of a game. It's not too close to call.
If you're the Arizona Cardinals and you're supposed to be a team that's supposed to contend for the NFC, you cannot win. You can't take care of business against a Patriots team without Tom Brady or Rob Gronkowski when you're supposed to be. I mean, this isn't the Los Angeles Rams they're playing. This is supposed to be the Arizona Cardinals. This is supposed to be a team that's supposed to contend with a Tom Brady-led healthy Rob Gronkowski Patriots team. This is a team I
bet you it's been over 15 years since the Patriots were 7-point underdogs.
That would not be surprising to me. But you know something? If Arizona does not take care of it, they have to take care of business tomorrow at home.
They do, and they will.
And I think so too. But if they don't, then it's a testament to them. Because if you want to consider yourself one of the big boys, like one of the teams that we should watch out for to hoist the Lombardi Trophy in February, this is a game you have to take care of business here. Because if you can't take care of a Jimmy Garoppolo-led Patriots team with no Gronkowski.
I've heard the terminology. This is a Super Bowl preview tossed around by uniform only. This without Gronk, without Brady, New England's not stiffened. I think Garoppolo is going to be more than competent. I really do. I think Martellus Bennett may be a sleeper tight end in some cheaper daily fantasy formats, just because he is going to probably be a target. Edelman's still a little dinged, but going to be a target. Look for Chris Hogan to get involved early tomorrow. LeGarrette Blount's probably going to see 15 to 20 carries. He should. James White out of the backfield. I've heard a lot of chatter about him being involved. Young quarterback. He's gonna check down more than he's going to try to make some of those throws. So the running back out of the backfield is going to be James White. I have LeGarrette Blount in a couple leagues, and I don't really feel comfortable starting him at all tomorrow night. James White would be the only deep start I would see as a running back position for the Patriots tomorrow. But David Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, Michael Floyd, all those guys are David Johnson's a must start. Fitz and Michael Floyd, I don't know if you start against the Patriots defense. I think that's going to be a tough challenge. But Arizona does win this game handily.
They better. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, they do. Let's get to we got 2 games left to go over, and I think that I want to jump into Detroit, Indianapolis, and I'll let you close out on your boys. This is another game that I see disappointment potentially for the Indianapolis Colts. I have a funny feeling they're not a very good team.
Yeah, I like the Colts in this game. Well, let's just say they should win this game at home. They should beat the Detroit Lions at home, because I look at the Detroit Lions and I don't see anything in them that tells me they're a good football team by any stretch.
No, but I do think that Detroit is going to be able to move the ball pretty well on the ground. Abdullah has an opportunity now to see if he's an NFL back. I like the addition of Marvin Jones from Cincinnati. That was a guy that, when given opportunity, really stepped up. He's on the other side of Golden Tate. There's something to that. Eric Ebron, this is put up or shut up for him. Either he's going to become an NFL tight end or he's not, but it's got to happen right now. There's an additional running back there, Theo Reddick, who was a pass-catching machine in Detroit last year to give Stafford an opportunity to stay upright and on his feet. I got a feeling Detroit goes in there and beats him. Opening day surprise, man. Andrew Luck, you hear these rumors of him having shoulder problems and being hurt. That's scary, especially if you drafted him at all. Not even early.
Well, you have an offensive line that cannot protect him.
They can't. The other thing. He scrambles. He gets hit. Can I ask you, do they really think they're going into the season with Frank Gore as the bell cow again? Do they really think that's an okay thing?
They must.
I think they're out of their freaking minds. Frank Gore has been carrying the ball for too long. He had a couple hundred carries again last year, and that guy's a great running back. He's borderline Hall of Famer. He really is. He's been great his whole career. But you can't go into the season with just Frank Gore. I think the Colts get beat at home to start the season by Detroit. So that's where I stand on that one. That's a big over number there, too, at 51. I don't know that you're going to see that many points, but I don't think either team is very good defensively. I still would lean under on that 51, but I don't even like the game at all. It's a stinker.
I don't either. But I'm gonna go against that pick. I'm gonna take Andrew Luck in this game. I'm gonna say Luck outduel. Luck and duel. I think Luck and Stafford will duke it out. But I think at the end, I think Andrew Luck will win in a shootout.
Okay. I like it. It. Now this one's all you right here, homie. You got your New York Jets playing to the Cincinnati Bengals.
You shouldn't have.
The Jets are a 2.5-point home dog over under at 42. What do you think?
I think they lose. I think they lose this game. I think Cincinnati is one of the better teams in the AFC, and I like everything they got going. There's no Montez Burfict in this game. He's probably at home banging his head up against the wall, or twisting iron or something like that. I mean, whatever Montez. I can't imagine what that guy does in his spare time. Just seeing in his eyes, but nonetheless, I don't like my Jets in this game. I just think Cincinnati's better. I think they're a better team. I like Cincinnati as a whole, as a roster. They just need to learn how to put it together when it counts. But I hate the fact that I don't like AJ. AJ Green should have a big game. If you got AJ Green, I would start him. I watched the Jets all preseason. They have Buster Screen, all 5'9" of Buster Screen as a cover corner. I don't know what Todd Bowles is thinking. Who am I to question Todd Bowles' defensive acumen? I'm nobody to do that. I mean, he's proven he can coach a defense, but I just can't understand for the life of me why a 5'9" Buster Screen is. I'm watching a preseason game against Jacksonville. Why in the hell is a 5'9" Buster Screen trying to cover Allen Robinson?
Yeah.
Why? Where is there any reason for that?
Season's interesting. All around. Is Revis done?
I don't think he's done, but we've seen the days of Darrelle Revis being the best cover corner in the league, I think, are gone. I think he's still very good, but he's not who he used to be.
Yeah, he probably is very good just on sheer experience alone.
Yes, he's very good. He's still very physical. But like I said, though, the rules in today's NFL don't allow cornerbacks to get that physical with receivers,
that's right.
And that's probably 90% of Darrelle Revis's game is his physicality. That's what makes him such a good corner.
So A.J. Green does probably get off and get one tomorrow. Tyler Eifert is out due to injury. Tyler Boyd, the young wide receiver that they seem to be quite fond of, is probably not going to see first-string reps tomorrow. I still think that Cincinnati gets the opportunity. They can beat them down a little bit. I'm not starting a Jeremy Hill. I'm not starting a Giovanni Bernard tomorrow. I'm just not, like you mentioned. The Jets are going to be a defensive-first team. Head coach Todd Bowles is a defensive mind. He's going to want to play defense first, and I think they are. Still a tough place. It's a tough environment to go into going into New York. Especially September 11th, a lot of pageantry, a big day, probably pretty emotional in that stadium tomorrow as well. A lot of respect, a lot of tipping of the hat. So it's going to be an emotional day there. I do think Cincinnati probably gets the best of them, but there's a reason why this is a 3-point line. I'm not